Hi guys, I'm Master John Drake, and today I'm going to do a quick video about a certain shot I like to throw in rapier a lot. Um, it's essentially a low to high disengage, where I fake like I'm going to go low and then go really high. It's a joke that my brother and I used to jokingly call it a dunk shot, because since your hand ends up high, kind of like you would be dunking a basketball into someone. Um, but it's essentially kind of um, going corner to corner in a fight, right? If you're throwing at someone's hip and then you go from their hip to their shoulder, kind of crossing that line, that tends to make it hard to defend both because you're having to go across your whole body, right? And also, I think that in general, um, the most common attack probably in rapier against sword and dagger is a high to low fake. So you've started your tip high and you've thrown a disengage under someone's dagger and are hitting them in kind of the front sword hip against a right-handed opponent. You'd be going under their dagger to attack their sword hip or low stomach on that side, on their right side. So you fake like you're going to throw that shot, and instead of throwing that shot, you then roll it high. So we'll play it at speed. This is a great example from Penzik, where I do this shot pretty commonly, but this is like a really good textbook example of kind of the best way to throw it. So you can see it here. That's at speed. We'll play that one more time at speed, and then I'll slow it down, which was really fast. So we'll slow it down now. So this shot breaks some of my rules. I tend to think that most of the time you don't want to cross your feet. You mostly want to lunge off of with your back foot, lunge, pushing off with your back foot and making a step, right? Rather than doing a passing step or a crossing step. I think that tends to be not as good, but this shot does take advantage of that, where you do actually do a big passing step. I think as long as you're doing that, as long as it's very situational and it's not the majority of the time, it's okay. And this definitely breaks that rule. But so you see, I'll take a step here with my front foot and sink, and you see how low my sword gets. So my opponent here thinks that I'm going to be throwing either kind of at his low stomach, maybe even his leg. And then I push off once my front sword foot has been planted. I push off of that foot and roll high. The other thing here too is very important too, is my dagger is going low to cover his sword, right? So his sword is low, so I'm going low with my sword and my dagger to cover, and then as he goes low, I'm pushing off here with my right foot and taking a big step. And so I have a good control of his sword with my dagger and taking a big passing step, almost kind of a leap towards my opponent. But I'm also, the other thing here is I'm taking my left foot and I'm crossing it in front of my right foot, but I'm also taking a step off to the angle. So I'm actually passing him on my left, right? So I'm passing. So my leg is actually is both going forward and towards my right. So it's kind of this weird twisting motion here. Um, but really, the two most important parts of this fight of this shot are the beginning of it. First of all, the first part is this uh, lunging low here, like I'm throwing a traditional low line attack under the dagger. This sells the shot, and then my dagger covering his blade as well. Because if you don't cover your opponent's sword when you're doing things like this, it's just like the best you get is a double kill, and that's not good, right? You want to make sure that you're covering the line while you do any of this kind of aggressive offensive stuff. So the two most important parts here are just dropping of the shoulder and hip to sell like I'm going to go low, the cover with the blade, and then exploding high. So hopefully this was useful. This is one of my favorite shots. It's one that feel like I've been having a lot of success with, especially recently. So the high-low fake. Hopefully that was helpful. I'll see you all next time.